Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I say that a lot, and it's basically become my intro, but nonetheless, I do genuinely mean it. I do hope you guys are doing well. And today is a very special day because as of today, we have just hit 5,000 subscribers on the channel, which I just cannot thank you guys enough for the support. These past 10 months have been really fun, really enjoyable. I enjoy making these videos, and just seeing that you guys are giving me the opportunity to do something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, I really do not take that for granted, and I really do appreciate every single one of you. So with that said, we have a pretty big announcement. And it's not that I got a haircut, that was just way overdue. So as you guys know, for the Fusion, the idea was pretty simple. You know, it's a pretty common car. People have them for a lot of different reasons, and there's a really big aftermarket community for it, really big just community in general for it. And I did see a lot of potential with it, so I just kind of wanted to see what I could do. And it's really rewarding because it's definitely made the car much more modern and much more enjoyable to drive, and essentially it's become my ideal daily driver. But it's about time we add another vehicle to the slate, and that's gonna be this 2010 Camaro 2SS RS. And before you freak out, just know that the Fusion content's still gonna stay around. It's still here to stay. I have 3 or 4 videos actually that I'm working on right now on the Fusion specifically. As of right now, I post 1 Fusion video a week, and I intend to keep it that way. And ideally, I can add a Camaro video in there, so do 1 Fusion and 1 Camaro video a week, and basically have it be those 2 videos a week for you guys. And now those of you that know me in real life are pretty familiar with this car. This is my old car from a few years ago. But since then, my dad's actually taken ownership, and the general idea is what I did to the Fusion, he wants me to do to this car. So I do have a lot of history with this car. I am pretty familiar with this car, and honestly, this car I have to thank for everything that I got done with the Fusion, because this is the car that got me started with, you know, modifying a car, customizing it, all that good stuff. And this was basically the template because I really didn't know what to do back then. I'll say that back then I basically started and just kind of put things together more casually. I didn't really have an overall image, whereas with the Fusion, it was one image that I was building on from the start. So I do want to emphasize that this vehicle specifically, I do have to thank for that. So one of the main things that I wanted to go with for the Fusion was a car that was feasible, it wasn't super exclusive or expensive, and then basically just kind of putting things together from the aftermarket community and making the car more my own. And this car, if anything, is an awesome candidate as well, because the thing is, these cars don't cost a lot. Like, this is a super sport Camaro, and even with that, you can get one of these for like $15,000, which is gonna be even cheaper than a newer Fusion. So definitely having this vehicle as an option to mess with, because the aftermarket support for this car is probably 2 to 1 for what it is for the Fusion. Honestly, it's just gonna be a really fun build because in essence, I'll be able to kind of revisit this car. Whenever I started messing with cars, this is kind of what I put together. You know, it has an aftermarket hood, upgraded taillights, MagnaFlow exhaust. So it's been a good little bit, but it wasn't really like one concise image like the Fusion. Now, the other thing that I will say is that basically everything on this car is gonna be addressed. Again, there's a really, really large aftermarket community for this car specifically. At the point of filming this, I already have multiple videos that I'm already trying to put together for this specific car. So between these 2 vehicles, I'm definitely gonna have my work cut out for me. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot that I've been wanting to do, because after I basically kind of moved on from this car, more parts kept coming out, which definitely helps. It keeps you engaged, it keeps you thinking back to what you could do. Because I know, like, by the time I stopped working with this car, they had come out with the Z28. You know, there's some Z28 parts that looked really nice. Again, the Fusion's still gonna be going, and I just think it'd be really cool to have, you know, my car done, my dad's car done, and basically have them kind of together. And I'll say this, we can do a little bit more with the Camaro than we can with the Fusion, because while the Fusion is my daily driver, this Camaro is basically my dad's casual cruiser. And we're gonna do basically everything we just did the Fusion to this car and a little bit more. So I'm really excited, really pumped for it, and hope you guys are gonna enjoy the transformation. Now, if you're a long-time subscriber, you probably caught that car in the background of a few videos, and I did tease it a little bit, specifically my 1,000 subscriber video, but now we can finally get to it, and I'm really, really excited. Now, I did want to shift gears a little bit and just say thank you, because you guys are giving me this opportunity to do something that I've always wanted to do. That's basically just have, you know, non-exclusive cars, because a lot of the YouTubers that, you know, even I tend to follow, they always get, you know, these really high-end cars, expensive cars, and, you know, they do really cool stuff with them, but it's not necessarily attainable for everybody. And yeah, it'd be great to get to that point myself, but I've always wanted that one channel that had a car similar to I had, or, I mean, if I'm doing it, that I have, and that can just basically just show me what's out there, the aftermarket community for it, what you can do to it. You know, whenever I saw this car, it was just a bone stock 2014 Ford Fusion in white. And I saw a lot of potential with it, and I do just want to give a little bit of thanks to, first off, my mom for nudging me, because, I mean, she was specifically the one that was telling me I needed to post more. My dad, you know, he's always been supportive of the channel. He's always been the one, you know, to help me out with whatever part it is I need to mess with or taking me to the shop. He's always the one that can kind of bridge all the gaps. My girlfriend for all the support and buying me parts, because that's definitely appreciated. And just family, friends for overall support. You guys really do mean a lot to me. I do not take this for granted by any means. I know that, you know, making a YouTube channel, it's a little daunting. A lot of people try it, and only a handful of people, you know, stick with it and get somewhere. Not saying I'm anywhere near like that end goal, but you guys made it to where, you know, my first 10 months have been an insane journey. It's been a lot of fun, you know, going to North Carolina for a Fusion event and actually having people recognize me, which is pretty cool. Working with companies, getting this card look as cool as it does now. It's definitely been a really fun and humbling experience, and I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are the reason that I do this. You guys are helping me do something I've always wanted to do, and in that I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying the content as much as I enjoy making it, because it's something that just I cannot describe. I'm just very thankful for each and every one of you. And I mean, I'm sorry if this got a little off topic. I just kind of set the camera up and started going, but nonetheless, just know Fusion content still on the way. I do have probably my second most requested video coming out next week, so it should be a good one, and I'll leave you guys with that. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And just to give you guys some acknowledgement, especially if you're watching all the way through to the end, if you want a shout out in the next video, go ahead and comment down below what state you're watching from, and I will get you in the next one.